so much has changed since I was last here, and I don't mean just the landscape. I mean, we've lost Charm, the oldest of the lionesses in the pride. But this is a constantly evolving story, and there are always new generations being born. In fact, we know there's some new cubs. Can't wait to see them. Oh my goodness. I didn't know what we would find, but there are 4 little cubs, 2 mothers, and this place. This is where we've seen generations of marsh pride lionesses come here, bring their cubs, looking for safety. It doesn't matter how many times you see this, mothers with cubs, just the joyful sense of intimacy that you have. I mean, isn't this just incredible to be this close to these lions? And they're so relaxed. One of the really extraordinary things about this is where we were with Charm and her 2 little cubs not so long ago. But isn't that just the wonder of the continuity of the stories? Another generation of cubs growing up in the marsh pride territory.
Every time we come down to the Mara, we're really keen to ID the lions, because then you can reconnect to their story. The only way that you can safely do this is by looking at the whisker spots, because those never ever change from the time the cub is born to the time the lion dies. So this time I've taken pictures of the lionesses, and I have found out that one is Kabibi, who's Bibi's daughter, and the other is Cloudy Eye, which is Charm's daughter, which is just wonderful for us. This time, it really proved to me how essential it is that we do these spot markings, because Cloudy Eye, 2 years ago, had a very cloudy eye, and this time coming back, it's completely cleared. We're not quite sure yet which cub belongs to which mother, but I noticed today Kabibi getting quite irritated with just one cub, so the other 3 were suckling, and just one was sort of left off at the side. So I think it's Kabibi that has 3, and Cloudy Eye has the 1, but that's anybody's guess at the moment. We'll find out, I'm sure, in time.
For these lionesses, this is where they feel most comfortable. This is where they can relax in the way they are now, as if they haven't got a care in the world. And yet, this is one of the most dangerous places. Buffalo, other lions, they will constantly have to be on their guard. But every so often, you just can feel that sense of place. This is home to them. We just headed into one of the wildlife conservancies. It's called the Alari Motorogi Conservancy. It borders the reserve. It's a fantastic place for wildlife, less visitors, and we know that there are leopards in this area, because that's what we want to try and pick up on right now. This is Fig, a beautiful female leopard, a leopard that we know. In fact, 2 years ago, when we were filming here, we featured Fig. She had a cub then, a female. That female has now become independent, and it's just wonderful to see her again with a new litter of cubs. Now, she lost one of them, but she still has a cub. It's about 3 months old. And the reason that Fig is here right now is that she's brought that cub to where she's got to kill. It is barely 3 months old. You can see the spots. You've got these guard hairs, which just mask slightly. The spotted coat of the leopard maybe helps it to camouflage even better when it's tiny. And the little cub is just having the time of its life, just playing, tugging, pulling. You can see how strong that little cub is already, and how nimble, and how it can climb trees. And that means safety for that young cub. Leopards that we've followed over 40 years, some of them don't raise more than 15 to 20% of their litters in a lifetime. Because of the lions, because of the hyenas, this is a very competitive environment, and the leopard needs all of its stealth, all of its ability to hide. That's the moment I've been waiting for, I've been hoping for. My first really good view of that little cub. It is so beautiful. The eyes, when they're first born, are sort of greyish, cloudy, a bit misty, bluey. Then they often turn brown and sometimes blue. It's a little girl. No name yet. How about Maridadi? Pretty, beautiful, just a gorgeous little cat. For the first couple of months, leopard cubs are kept hidden. The mums don't want to move with them too much. Occasionally they'll change den site, carry them perhaps. But it's only at this age, and you can see how mobile little Maridadi is, that they're safe to actually begin to move around with the mum. I love that. You know, there's Fig up the tree trying to get comfortable, and it's pretty tricky. That isn't exactly, you know, a shady tree for her. And now she's got Maridadi wanting to almost knock her out of the tree. And Mum's in a bit of a precarious situation. Look at the way she's playing with that tail. It's irresistible. It's remarkable the way this little leopard cub is so independent already. She's quite happy to move away from Mum, go and feed on the kill, go up the tree, race around, have her own little adventures in a way that you would not see a lion cub of this age do. This has been one of the best days I can remember with leopards in many, many years. Not only have I reacquainted myself with an old friend, with Fig, but also been introduced to this beautiful little female cub of hers. I'm going to be dreaming of leopards tonight, that is for certain. Whoa, we just got a message. Buffalo have surrounded the tree where the cubs are, in the middle of the marsh. And, you know, the buffalo all the way through the marshland history have been the big problem for them. Because if they catch the scent of lions or lion cubs, they're all over it. Whoa, we just got a message. Buffalo have surrounded the tree where the cubs are. Okay, we're close. Oh my goodness. The buffalo have completely surrounded the tree. What a nightmare. Our two mums, Kabibi and Cloudy Eye, stuck on the top of the tree, surrounded by buffalo. The cubs, I can only hope and pray those cubs have stayed tight, that they haven't tried to scatter, because they will be smashed by the buffalo. And talk about red rag to a bull. I tell you, the scent, the smell, the sight of lions to buffalo. And in a sense, why not? Lions target buffalo. Of course they're going to be aggressive. Of course they're going to want to fight back. A couple of big bulls coming in. It's not over yet. Look at this one. Look at the power of that buffalo. That buffalo probably weighs about half a ton. Whoa. But these lionesses have seen this 100 times before. They've grown up with buffalo, and those little tiny cubs tucked away, I hope, still beneath this old dead tree, they will just be learning the smell, the sounds, the drama of being confronted by these huge beasts, and will know that these are probably the most dangerous things in their lives. Even though this pride does tackle buffalo, but normally when there's 3, 4, 5 of them, 2 together, no, it's not enough. Oh, thank goodness. They're losing interest. They're headed back to the herd. What a relief. But what about the cubs? Okay, she's come down. I'm going to move round. Yeah. Okay, so she's got her head in the tree. And I see a little cub. Yep, little cub, little cub. Come on, little one. Oh, that is so good. I've seen one, but where are the others? I just pray that they're safe. Oh, there's a second one. Fantastic. And here comes a third. That's the little female. When you see how small they are, you realize how you could easily lose them. I mean, a cub against a buffalo. Here's number 4. We've got all 4 cubs. Oh, this is wonderful, wonderful. And it's cooled off a little bit now, so the lionesses can regain a little bit of composure. They've been panting, they're exhausted, stuck on the top of that tree in the heat. But in a sense, they took the pressure off the cubs because the buffaloes just concentrated on them. And they are so pleased to be reunited with their mums. Everything looks pretty rosy now in the life of these lions, but what a contrast to just a few minutes ago. Now the buffalo have gone, the lionesses feel relaxed enough to be able to bring the cubs out onto this termite mound. That was quite a drama, and these little cubs will have learned a very valuable lesson. When buffalo are around, get your heads down, tuck yourselves away, and don't panic. What a big day that's been for our little cubs.
I'm born up here in the Masai Mara. I've lived here all of my life. Being a Maasai, raised with these wild animals. I love it. But today, I'm looking for a beautiful cheetah, Amani. Look at her. Amani is stunning. What a good mother. Looking at them, I can just see they're about 9 months old. So these cubs are just the perfect age to really help mom on a little bit of hunting small little animals like hares, a baby Tommy if it's caught. It's just a fantastic, perfect age for them to learn. The legs are starting to get longer, the tips of the tail is getting white, so it's starting showing the actual signs of a real cheetah. Just want to see what they are. Yeah, that's 2 girls and 1 boy. Each of these cats are individual as they grow. It's like watching kids in the family. Each of them has got their own way. But this little cheetah, she loves climbing on top of trees. And these trees have been trimmed by giraffes. Perfect for cheetahs to sit on. That's so cool, sitting on top. Just look at that. These little cubs are very curious. They go all over the place. They go on mounds and they jump in bushes. Often they get into trouble. They climb up a bush and they don't know how to get down. Yeah, these little cubs have got quite a journey ahead of them. It's really, really exciting. What will happen in their life as they are growing to be mature cheetahs?
One of the things that Jonathan and I love most of all about what we do is getting a little window into the lives of these wonderful creatures that we watch. It's quite extraordinary when you realize that I've been watching Cloudy Eye since she was the age of these little ones. And I watched her mother, Charm, growing into a grandmother. And you see the characteristics coming down through the generations. For instance, Cloudy Eye is the most wonderful mother, just like Charm was. She's one of the most gentle lionesses that I've known. Unfortunately, I imagine that she did probably have 4 cubs and then lost 3. And now she's just left with this little one. And it's very dear watching this relationship. And I mean, this relationship will probably be a lifetime relationship. The little girl will try and stay in the pride and be with Cloudy Eye until she dies. So it's a very extraordinary bond that they're making right now. Kabibi, she's a great mother, but she doesn't interact the way that Cloudy Eye does. Kabibi's cubs are quite different. She has one little girl, which is the dark one, who is extraordinarily independent. She's the one that will go much further than the others, and she's very feisty and tough. Within the Marsh Pride, we have our 4 main females. We have Cloudy Eye, Kabibi, Dada, and Kali. Dada and Kali are pregnant, so we're waiting and hoping and watching with anticipation. When they give birth, this will be a really, really wonderful time.
I'm back with Amani and the cubs, and right now they've got a spot of trouble. Hyenas. Now the cheetahs have got to keep cool. But you see the way the youngsters, they're nervous. The hyenas are just checking. They want to see if there's food. They've seen predators, spotted cats. Maybe there's food. That's what they're after. And so they're trying to push the cheetahs. But Mum, the cubs, so far, so good. Don't run. That's the big thing. But look at the way they're using their noses, trying to pick up the scent of whether or not there's any food. There isn't, so no danger for Mum and cubs. But the cubs are taking no chances, showing their teeth and hissing, saying, "We see you, we don't have food, leave us alone." Time to move on. The constant search for food. And of course, Amani, she's got to keep hunting. These cubs are big now. They need plenty of meat. And the cubs, they're just wanting to have fun. You can see all the elements that go to making a cheetah. A little bit of fighting, a little bit of tussling, wrestling, a little bit of acting like there's prey, reaching out, tripping another cub. And so there's a lot of socializing, but it's got a benefit too. And what a joy to watch it, because these moments, as the cubs get older, they just evaporate. They become more serious. They have to get themselves ready to be a grown-up cheetah. And there's no fun in doing that. It's a very serious job.
Batten it down, boys. Yep, there we go, yep. Nice and easy, just gonna make it in the nick of time.
The storm's really kicking in now, and we're a long way from camp, but we're gonna stay right here. Amani's got some shelter there with her cubs, and I'm hoping that if the storm dies down, it will be perfect for her to hunt, and she is hungry. The cubs are hunkering down, just using Amani's body to try and shield themselves from the rain. Mum's vigilant, mum's looking for prey, looking for danger, every so often licking the moisture off their coats. And you can see how well our cheetahs blend into the environment when it's like this. As the light drops, they have an advantage. Now, everything's changed. The storm's stopped, and Amani is really getting serious. You can tell by her expression. Her ears come up. She's looking. What's she seen? Thompson's gazelle. So she's going to try and go wide so as they don't see her coming, because it's completely open. Her advantage is that spotted coat helping to break down her outline. Her disadvantage, she's got 3 shadows following her. Those cubs, they want to be there. But she's taking her time. She's a very experienced cat. You see what Amani is doing? She's crisscrossing the area, and she's just checking, are there any young ones just lying with their chin to the ground, trying to remain concealed? Oh, look, watch her. She's seen a baby. Just what I thought. Amani spotted a little fawn. And away go the cubs, their chance to practice their hunting skills. What a smart mother, I tell you. This is how the cubs learn how to hunt. Because they've got all those innate instincts, crouching, stalking, pouncing, but they need to practice it. So this is a vital lesson for these 3 cubs. The difference between this and when lions have a kill, the lions will quite often take their time in feeding, not cheetahs. They've got to hurry. They've got to consume the food as quickly as possible in case lions or hyenas or something else tries to steal it from them. This one gazelle, the female, it's the mother. I've been watching. She's the one that is calling, alarm calling. And she's alarm calling because she's lost her baby. The other gazelles are drifting away, getting back to what they have to do, 16 hours a day, feeding on grass. But this mum's very, very distressed. But the beauty of the gazelle, the fleetness of foot, the sleekness, it's refined by the process of predation. There's this constant battle, this constant race in evolution between the predator and the prey. Amani and the cubs just cleaning up after that kill. Not a big kill, but a chance for the cubs to practice their hunting skills and enough just to take the edge off Amani's appetite. So all in all, a very good day. Message from Simon, our spotter from Governor's Camp. He has found 5 of our 6 warriors. Those are the Marsh Pride males, but right now they're footloose and fancy free and they're looking for other females. We've got lions all over the place. We've got a male up here mating. God, I don't know where to start. 2 beautiful males here. Look at this. This is sensational. What does that say to you? Does that say Africa? We've got 5 of our warriors. These are the same lions that a couple of years ago moved into Marsh Pride territory and terrorized the females with small cubs. Charm, Kabibi, Dada, Kali, all of them took off north. And ever since then, our pride has been fractured. That's why Kabibi and Cloudy Eye are with their cubs, a little splinter group. Ideally, you want lots of lionesses together. Now see that? He's sniffing where a lioness has been sitting. He's reading the signs as to what situation the female is in sexually. Is she receptive? Is she ready to mate? This male will then know, do I follow? Is she going to come into estrus? Can I mate with her? And how different these males look now. Because when we met them 2 years ago, they were 3 to 4 years old. Their manes were sort of a bit scruffy, a bit blonde. Look now, beautiful male lions with big, dark manes. And that is a very significant fact. Those darker manes, they're an honest sign that this lion is the real deal. And right now, we've got 5. Four of our warriors have now moved under the shade of this tree with 2 females. One of the pairs wants to mate, and it's pretty tense. Because normally, when a male is courting with a female, he guards her, and he doesn't let her out of his sight, and he doesn't want company. But because it's so hot, all of our lions want to get in the shade of the tree. There's no option. This is the last thing that male wants right now as he's courting this female, to have 3 of his companions right underneath the same tree. It's too close for comfort. Now our lions will be mating for maybe 4 or 5 days, and every 10 minutes or so. And the reason that they mate so often is because cats are induced ovulators. The female's reproductive system needs to be primed by the process of copulation so that she releases an egg. And then 100 days later, she'll go off somewhere and she will hopefully have a litter of cubs, maybe 4 cubs. But they reckon that it takes 1,500 copulations for every cub that is born. So we've solved the mystery. Where are our Marsh Pride males? Why aren't they with our lionesses and the little cubs? The answer is the warriors are so powerful that they control more than one pride. Because as far as they're concerned, everywhere here is theirs. We've got Fig, our mother leopard, with Maridadi. She's literally 360 degrees checking, and so she should. She's wide in the open. This is not what leopards like. They want to be tucked away because if something sees them and starts alarm calling, danger. And check the tail. That tail of Maridadi is just flicking away, showing that she's slightly nervous. And of course, mainly Fig gets it right, but sometimes she doesn't. She lost 1 cub already. Fig is such a smart mother. This isn't just blundering out into the open. It's not what leopards do. They like to stay in the shadows, concealed, relying on that spotted coat of theirs to camouflage them. So when they come into the open, it's anathema. It's not what they want to do. But the reason she's doing it now, it's the middle of the day, it's hot, is because she feels it's the safest time if she wants to move with Maridadi. Maridadi's still inexperienced. If something happens, she might panic. Uh-oh, here's trouble. Baboons. And this is a dangerous moment, because baboons and leopards are serious enemies. Oh, look. And look at the way Maridadi, just checking, seeing what's the danger. Mum doesn't normally do this. Look at the way she's literally bellying across the open ground. Fig knows perfectly how to play these moments. I mean, the way she slunk away from the baboon, it was almost submissive. It was a signal to the baboons to saying, okay, I'm on my way. And that's all the baboons needed. And then suddenly, relax. All the tension gone. But the way she's licking the little cub, I almost feel it's releasing the tension for her too. And Maridadi is just loving it. When you see Fig and Maridadi under these circumstances, you can't help but feel it's a privilege, because they don't want to be seen by their prey or by their enemies. So we've got a ringside seat, and that is a massive privilege. And the fact that Fig and Maridadi are just getting on with their life as if we're not even here, that's what you want, and that's what makes it so special. Robert Sapolsky wrote a brilliant book about these creatures, about baboons. He called it Almost Human. And when I'm watching, I can see so many characteristics which echo with me as a human being. They are fascinating. The thing that you notice with baboons, which is so effective, is this: the opposable finger and thumb. They pick selectively. They feed a lot on fresh shoots, they feed a lot on vegetation, but insects, reptiles, birds' eggs, they're omnivorous, so they eat a mixture of plant and animal food. Just as in human society, the key to success as a baboon is making connections. By making friends, by grooming, that is the way to have success in life if you're a baboon. Do them a favor. There are parts of the body you can't reach. Ticks, parasites, little bits of dry skin. And in fact, just look at this. A mother baboon grooming her youngster. When you look at a baboon's face, I mean, the eyes look a bit small, but don't believe they can't see well. They can pick out the movement with color. They can pick out the leopard hiding up in the tree. And when they do, they make life hell for them, I tell you. A big male baboon can put the fear of God into a leopard, can kill a leopard, and could certainly kill a leopard cub like little Maridadi. Every troop of baboons monitors its landscape, its home range, the place where they live. The trees are a roosting place for them. And because they can climb into the highest part of those trees where no lion can go, they feel safe there. So there is a sense of wonder to these hot spots, and they help us to see the bigger picture, because it's not just about the lions and leopards, it's about the baboons and the elephants. It's about everything that makes this place special. It yields opportunity to countless animals, a place that nurtures life, a thing of wonder.
Oh, it's so good to come back and see this wonderful family. We got Kabibi here and Cloudy Eye and the little cubs, all four together, safe, under the protection of these powerful mothers. But listen to the cubs. Yeah, they're all begging, you know. They're asking for food. They really need milk. Well, they are still very much milk dependent. They need to suckle a lot. And these mothers look like they have not killed anything for the last 2 days. Baby is begging. Mother does not want anything to do with it. Once the cubs are settled and rested, they will go and look for some food. They are very hungry. Wow, Claudia is looking very intense. And so Kabibi. They really need some food now. Milk supply depends on the calories. Kabibi and Claudia finally have got what they want. Warthogs. They're really advancing. And the two lionesses are just coming. You can see the golden coat. If you look at them, every single muscle is so tense. Warthogs are very good in smelling, very good in hearing, and very poor eyesight. Yeah, look, the body language is changing. Look, unbelievable. And she stopped. The warthog raised his head and she froze. Wow, put the head down, she moves. I love this teamwork. Kabibi is watching what Claudia is doing. This will be an explosion of a run here. The stalking from both of them is incredible. Hog is kind of they're looking at each other, saying, what is that? Yeah, she's definitely smelling and she's moving. It doesn't matter, she's moving in. The warthogs are surrounded. Oh, there it goes. Look at Kabibi go. Kabibi is running so fast. That was so close. They're really, really desperate. There is no doubt about it, that these lionesses desperately need some food. Claudia and Kabibi, they're heading up there in the grass. And right there, you can see some warthogs totally unaware. Today is bacon day. Kabibi and Claudia have really kept us busy. I'm really glad I'm spending time with them. Look at Claudia, she is like a leopard. Look at the way she's moving. Right low. Kabibi is there, Claudia is here. Both of them are just really closing in. This is going to be a proper hunt, a proper run. This is Claudia here. And she's going to chase the hogs towards Kabibi. One of the warthogs knows something is not right. Nose up, smell, and she's realized that danger up in there. Wow, so close. Almost running. Taking off. Now taking off, I can see. Now look at that. She's going after one. Really going fast. She is getting so tired. Both of them are tired. Warthog escaped. But that is a very long run and a very lucky warthog. This is amazing. It's unbelievable. All of these attempts has been incredible. Warthogs are so strong, so quick and so fast. They have really worked very hard today. Since 10 o'clock up to now, these cats did not rest. They worked so hard. And these lionesses now will have to head back. And again, with empty stomachs. Really, it's very hard life for a lion. I just wish they have enough milk to keep their cubs going through the night.
Next time on Big Cat Tales. But look at that. Watch out.
This cat is something else.
He wants her to move, and she can't. It's a sort of violent ballet.